Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Susan. Today I want to talk to you about change. Have you ever wished that change just wouldn't happen? Do you ever wish that things just wouldn't change in our lives? I know I have. In fact, just recently I went through a pretty big change, and it really wasn't a pleasant experience at all. But guess what? I made it through just fine. I was thinking about how many changes you probably go through. And so these are just a few of the things that I thought you've probably experienced before. Maybe you've had to change schools that you go to. I mean, hey, in the last few months, you've had to change from going to school to actually doing school at home. And that's been a really big change for a lot of you, I know. How about you've gotten a new brother or sister in your family? How about you've had to move to a whole new home or a whole new city or a whole new state before? What about a friend decides, oh, they don't want to be your friend anymore, and you've had to deal with the loss of that change? How about someone's been sick in your family, or unfortunately, maybe somebody's died in your family that you loved and really cared about? Maybe even your family has been through a divorce. Lots of things happen in our lives on a daily basis. And while we wish that some of those things didn't happen and didn't have to go through those changes, change is inevitable. And it happens to all of us. And most of the time, changes happen to us on a daily basis. The Bible is full of stories of people that had to go through change just like you and I do. I think the question becomes if we go through changes, how are we going to handle them? Are we going to start looking around for somebody to blame for those changes in our lives? Do we start to blame mom or dad or, a brother or a sister? Maybe even try to blame the dog for something that we actually caused. Who knows? Have you ever blamed God for changes that occur in our lives? I think most of us probably have at some point or another. How do you feel when changes happen? Are you sad? Are you angry? Do you get confused? All of those emotions and many more are perfectly fine because they're your feelings, and your feelings are just that, your feelings. I think as we go through change, one of the things that I always try to remind myself, and I want to remind you as well, is that no matter what's going on, God is always there for us because God is good and God only wants what's best for us. There's a Bible verse in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11 that says this: "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." As you face changes, boys and girls, on a daily basis, how are you going to handle them? And will you remember that no matter what, God is always there? Until next time, I love you, I miss you, and I'm praying for you.